The MoneroTopia guest segment is sponsored by Cake Wallet. Store, send, receive, and exchange your Monero and Bitcoin safely on iOS and Android too. Cake Wallet is open source, and you always control your own keys.
All right, Paranoia, what's going on, man?
Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me?
Loud and
Yeah,
clear.
you sound great. Good
Nice.
connection.
Nice.
So yeah, give us
how's
the
it going?
lowdown, man. I'm very excited. Because I gave an intro in the beginning, letting people know. So Paranoia, you go ahead and introduce yourself, but I'll give you my quick perspective. He's primarily, I think, comes from the Bitcoin Cash side of things. Big Monero guy as well. He runs his own podcast. But he's also been working with us behind the scenes on Gratuitous. He's the one that got us hooked up in Colombia, found the farm. And it's actually been years now that he's been helping us out. And it was always with the goal of having him help us hand out the Monero tips that were coming in from the Colombian farmers. And Paranoia was able to do that just yesterday. He finally was able to arrange things, get over there. The reason we initially the reason why he selected this farm initially, because we thought that they would be open to us tipping their farmers. And so he's here today. He'll give us the lowdown. But yeah, Paranoia, go ahead. Fill in the blanks. What did I leave out?
Well, I'm not a Bitcoin Cash guy. I actually was a Bitcoiner before I became a Monero guy. But
Oh shit! Okay,
yeah,
I don't know why I thought that. I felt there was a Bitcoin Cash element in there at some point.
I changed my mind about Bitcoin Cash. Like I used to, like when I was like a Bitcoin maxi, I was on like the small block side, I guess, of the block wars. And then once I realized like Bitcoin was not living up to what I thought it should be, like as far as like being money and spendable and usable, I started studying Bitcoin's privacy as well, and then kind of just jumped ship and became a Monero guy. It just made a lot more sense to me. So, but
fantastic.
Yeah, but
we've been talking now for years, right? With
it's been 2 years, because yesterday I was talking to Bernardo, who's the guy that I know from the farm, and he was saying that it's been a little over 2 years that you guys have been buying coffee from him. So yeah.
Yeah, and the coffee's been going slow and steady. I do want to try to ramp things up again, guys. Please do consider buying some Gratuitous. I don't talk about it enough, and part of the reason was I wanted to make sure we got this tipping thing going so that we were like living up to what we were saying. So I was always a little nervous about that, but because we had that going well in Guatemala, and we had it all hooked up, and Colombia, we were just hoping to eventually get it going, and Paranoia, I got it done. So I'm very, very thankful for that and excited. And now I feel like we can, promote Gratuitous even more. So things are fully hooked up now. Buy coffee with Monero. If you're a coffee drinker, you drink coffee every day, you might as well use Monero to buy it, right? Help the circular economy. And then in addition, with Gratuitous coffee, you can tip the farmers that help produce this coffee. Obviously, we don't have it set up where like a tip goes out to everybody that participated in the process and everybody that picked the beans, but Paranoia will get into that. I think there's like 13 people that walked away with Monero wallets. They were given all the tips that were required up until this date. And then we're going to now, thereafter, any tips that come in will be evenly split and sent to these 13 people that have, I believe, been onboarded to Monero and educated on Monero. Paranoia, tell us all.
It was
about
actually less. It was like 9 guys.
Okay.
That I met yesterday at the coffee farm,
Perfect.
the workers.
Perfect.
So yeah, I don't know if some of them weren't there or what, but I went out there. It's like 3.5 hours from my house. It was an amazingly rural part of Colombia. Like the little town that they live in is only like 6,000 people. It's like a little coffee farmer town, and it's surrounded by coffee farms like outside of the town. So I went way.
I really wanted to go, man. There's still.
Yeah, we can always go again.
There's next steps. Yeah. There's next steps that can be done. But go ahead.
Yeah, whenever you want to go out there, we can go out there. I'm sure Bernardo would be thrilled to meet you. it was super cool, man. Like it's so rural, like it's just up in the mountains, like in the middle of nowhere. Like we had to take like a truck because the road is like just all like dirt, and it's been raining a lot, so it's just like muddy, and like my car wouldn't make it out there. I had to leave my car in the town, and then they picked me up and we went out there in like one of their coffee trucks. And the farm is pretty big. They have 120,000 plants of coffee.
Wow.
So that's huge. And they like the guys there.
How many like acres? How many acres is that?
Oh, I don't know. It's huge. It's like a whole mountainside.
No shit.
Yeah,
it's like the one in Guatemala. How many plants did you say?
120,000 coffee plants.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like two farms, but like
that's tremendous.
We couldn't go to because like the road was rained out. Like there was a mudslide to get to the other farm. So I went to like the closer one. But yeah, it was super cool. Amazingly beautiful. Like, you know,
what's the elevation? You know the elevation approximately?
It's like 2,700 meters. So I don't know.
2,700 meters.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's like 7,000 feet.
Yeah. It's not like super high because like Colombia's got huge mountains, but it's in like the sweet spot for coffee cultivation, which is why their coffee is so good. Like their coffee's won awards and stuff. So
yeah.
I mean, that's like the people that buy it, what kind of feedback do they give you in regards to the coffee?
Yeah, people love it. I love the coffee. I'm drinking it right now. I drink it every day.
Nice. Yeah, I just had a cup too.
It's good, man. It's definitely better than anything you're getting at freaking, you know, Dunkin' Donuts or fucking, obviously Starbucks is, you know, they obviously they have some good coffees, but they mostly burn their beans, try to like just have a consistent flavor.
So I got some videos like of the place. Like I'm going to edit them together and make like an actual video, but if you want, I can try and like show one right now.
Yes, please do, man. Please do. Please.
All right. How would I do that? I'm kind of technically illiterate.
If you do present. Yeah, okay. And then you can pick your
video file.
Okay, video file, and then hold on 1 second. So,
fantastic.
Yeah, I'll show you a couple of them. Like here's Bernardo. This is Bernardo, who we've been talking to for over 2 years.
Okay.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Floración, vea, esta es la floración en el café. Este ya abrió flor, y aquí se está formando el grano, y ya son granos de otra floración anterior, que ya van un poquito grandecitos. ¿Ve? Tenemos preparación, flor, granos, ya café grueso ahorita para la cosecha. Esta ya es flor seca, ya secó la flor, ya se está formando el granito.
¿Y cuántas veces al año sacan café?
Pues la producción es continua, sino que hay una temporada, en lo que es abril y mayo es la cosecha principal. Octubre y noviembre es una cosecha menor que se llama la mitaca. Sí. Pero todo el año hay graneos, pero hay dos centros de cosecha.
And then there's two seasons mayo, junio, where like they really
octubre,
produce.
Noviembre y parte de diciembre. De resto se recogen graneos que se llaman.
So I'll subtitle this so when people see the video, like they can understand what's going on.
Fantastic. Yeah, when is the best time to go? Because there's basically two harvests, right?
Yeah, he said like May, June is one of them. I think that's the bigger one of the two, and then there's another one like in November, December. Mm-hmm. But it's year round. Like they get coffee year round. But yeah, this is like the farm itself here. He's like showing me around.
Por supuesto.
Maybe this becomes our next MoneroTopia. I don't know. If we could get it going, man. I mean, you know, that's obviously the goal, right? Start getting these guys tips. Do you think there's any pathway to getting it to, you know, the point where maybe like the local store in town is willing to accept Monero?
Yeah, I think so, but I would have to like go out there and do like a meetup or something and like kind of like convince them why they should accept Monero. Like it's so rural out there. Like it was hard to get, like I had to get them to come to town to like download the Cake Wallet.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Where the farm is, like there's no internet, you know? So
maybe
like,
we got to get them a satellite.
Yeah, if they had like a Starlink or something, but
Starlink.
Like, yeah, like it's I don't know how to explain it. It's just like another world, you know, like they're just out in the
which is
middle
beautiful.
Of nowhere.
That's fucking fantastic, man. In a lot of ways, that's you know, that's a beautiful lifestyle. And you know, it still works in terms of what we're saying, right? Because I mean, I guess I'm sure most of these guys end up going back to town at some point, right? They all go into town, right?
Yeah,
right?
they go into town every single day. I think most of them live in town. Like there's a couple of them.
Yeah,
if we could get it, whatever, but.
Right, we get to the point where they can roll into town, and then with their their cake wallet, they can go into the store and spend some Monero if they want. That would be freaking awesome. Yeah, that would be kind of the dream, and then we can kind of get a little bit of a circular economy going and really promote the tipping on this end. Because it's why not, man?
That town's super small, right? So it's like you onboard 2 or 3 stores in the town. Like that's probably like half the stores in the town.
Mm-hmm. And then, ideally it gets to the point where the person receiving the Monero at the general store is keeping it, right? And then maybe, their Monero is spreading from there to other people in the town. So it is, obviously that would be the dream. How did it go with the tipping? Do you have any videos of with the people?
Yeah, I got videos of them showing me the coffee process. There's a video of me explaining Monero to them, but I don't want to show it because I don't want to dox myself right now. So I'm gonna edit my face out. Yeah.
Okay.
But I can show you some videos of the actual coffee, them weighing it.
Yeah.
Harvesting. Yeah. All right, hold on 1 second. Let me do I have to get rid of that other video? Or how does that work?
Yes. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I think you can.
Tuck just brought that up.
Okay. Let me do another video file. Hold on. So I think this one here. Okay, so that's where they take the actual bean, flesh of the bean, because it's like a little berry, it has a red fruit, and then they take the fruit part of it off, and the pit is the coffee bean, right?
Yeah, this process I could see already is a lot.
Eso es lo que sacaron hoy.
Oh, I'll speak after.
Yeah, so these guys those are 25 kilo bags.
75.
They pick, that day, so they're going to weigh
25 y 25 más o no?
Más o menos cada cual 25, 30 kilos. Vamos a ver qué tanto me peleé en este.
¿Qué tal?
So that's how they weigh it.
27 ya.
So that one's 27 kilos.
Uy, bastante.
And they were saying 25 kilos, it's really not that much. When it's the actual season, in May or June, they'll pick 75 kilos a day each.
Oh wow. Each farmer will pick 75 kilos? Each harvester? Wow.
Yeah. Each of these guys here, this is at the end of the day. I don't know, this is 3 or 4 in the afternoon. And they were bringing what they had picked that day. So each one of them picked 25 kilos that day.
That's
So then they put it in there, and it gets fed down to the other one that's underneath. And they'll put it through the machine to take the red part off the bean, and then they dry it.
Yeah, do they dry it in the sun?
Yeah, they dry it on the roof. I don't know if I got a video or a picture of it, but I'll show you in just a second.
Señores trabajadores, voy a pedirle un favor.
You kind of see the landscape here.
Sí, nos regalaron los 10 o 15 minuticos.
Porfa, ahorita.
Puede ser abajo en el comedor.
Atención, ahí en el comedor.
Listo. Lo que pasa es que el señor nos ha comprado café de la finca, entonces él quería como conocer cómo es el proceso, conocer los recolectores, entonces quería como toda esa parte de...
Eso es la verdad. Tengo un amigo que vive en los Estados Unidos que está comprando 50 kilos de café verde de acá y tiene como para rostizarlo allá, pero lo vende y él me pidió que si pueda venir aquí a entrevistar a ustedes y esa vaina, entonces... Muchísimas gracias por tu tiempo.
I was telling him I had a friend in the U.S. that's buying coffee.
Por supuesto.
Nice.
Sí, eso. Pues entonces, muchas gracias por tu tiempo. Yo sé que están cansados después de trabajar todo el día. No te ocupo mucho tiempo. Muchísimas gracias.
So yeah, man, I went out there. I bought them all hamburgers and beers and sodas and shit, and then they got lunch. I divvied up the tips for them and kind of explained how they could use them. I told them how they could get a crypto debit card if they wanted to like convert it to pesos, and yeah. Showed them like a couple gift card options, like here.
Oh, it's amazing.
Use, yeah.
What was kind of their response? And all of them were like putting it on their phones or downloading. What were they? They were downloading Cake Wallet or whatever.
Yeah, like we couldn't do it here. Like I said, we had to go back to the town to like get them the wallets because there was no reception out here in the farm. But yeah, they downloaded it and I don't know like what their response was. I think it was kind of a novelty to them. Because they're not really, I mean, you can see they're not like super technical. You know, they have phones and stuff, but these guys are like, you know, workers. Like they work out in nature, you know, on the mountainside.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
I've been through this with the guys in Guatemala, so I know. That's why I'm curious what kind of response. And so, but they all successfully were like getting it on their phones. Like they were.
Yeah. I had to explain like how and like to save your seed and all that kind of thing, you know, but yeah, they were able to put it on their phones, and yeah, they got their Monero, and they were overjoyed because like these guys, I think they make like 50,000 pesos a day, more or less, and after splitting it up among them, they got over 100,000 pesos each, like I guess of Monero, right? So it's
the
equivalent of like 2 days of work.
Oh wow, okay.
The tips, yeah,
that's
for
fantastic.
Each of them. So yeah, they were stoked about it. They were super happy.
That is fantastic. And then if hopefully, you know, and as they hold it, you know, they'll see it go up in value too, right? You know, depending on what they do. So that will turn them on to it too. That's great. So yeah, guys, anybody that's listening, please do go consider ordering a bag of gratuitous. I think we do need to put another order in soon to get a fresh batch.
Just let me know. And I will let them know, and they will get started on picking it for you.
Fantastic.
Do you guys want me to show one more video?
Yeah. Please do.
Okay, I think I got one of.
And the process that I'm seeing there. So was it a wet process? That thing that they're dumping it into? Where's the thing go?
It feeds down. Like there's like a there's like a tube right at the bottom of that thing where they're dumping it in, and it feeds down to the room like. I don't know if you saw it like earlier in the video, there's like that room with the yellow bars on the window. Like that room is underneath where they were dumping that stuff in. So it feeds down through a tube and it goes into this machine, and then it will like press the beans through the machine, and it like scrapes off all the like flesh of the fruit, and then it just leaves the beans. Let me see. Let me check.
Yeah. So that one, the one in Guatemala was. The one in Guatemala, it was big. They had a big operation. They had like a whole wet process, and like the beans would like kind of flow down, like with water. It would flow down, and like they'd clean them, and it was a whole thing. This looks more rudimentary, which is better. The less processing, the better. So
okay,
I like that. And then they were drying it out in the sun.
Yeah. I'm trying to. I'm like, I got a bunch of videos, so I'm trying to look through them real quick to find the one where it shows like how they're drying it, because they have like a section on the roof of the farm where they like have the coffee drying. But hold on,
fantastic! I can't believe 70 kilos a day. That's a lot of freaking coffee to be carrying back and forth. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So let me see if this is it. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to watch this to see if this is the one that shows the drying.
I don't know, man. If my ankle wasn't shot, that'd be kind of a dream of mine. Just having a little coffee farm out there and harvesting coffee every day. Just hiking through the hills every day.
They're in a very, very beautiful place.
Yeah, I'm sure it must be gorgeous. It's
kind
of untouched.
I think this one is the one that has the drying. Yeah, it is. The third video.
En el municipio de Génova, Quindío, en la vereda San Juan.
So that's the view, like from their little balcony here, and then down there is how they dry the coffee there. And then like the two big ones with like the yellow coffee right there are like the export coffee, and then the coffee that's there like in the corner that's not as yellow is like what they use to make tinto, which is like the Colombian coffee that's I guess made out of all like the reject coffee beans that they don't export.
Right. The gold, the oro or something they call it, the gold coffee.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, that's all coffee that they're drying out right there that they're going to bag up and export.
Fantastic, man. I definitely want to make it over there. Yeah, maybe we get things going. Who knows? Maybe we get a little kind of like we have in Argentina, right? And Iberete. Maybe we can make this a little Monero node, right?
Yeah, it'd be super cool
over here. Yeah, it'd be freaking awesome. That'd be freaking awesome. And then we could just ramp as more people, because we could scale up. They could provide us a decent amount of coffee, right?
Yeah, I mean they have like a whole mountainside of coffee.
Yeah, so as we scale it up, I'm trying to get the supermarket over here in Queens. The guy is more than willing to let us put it on his shelves. So even something small like that could become a steady supply for steady orders to come in.
Yeah, is that the grocery store that accepts Monero?
Yes.
Okay.
I saw you. Yeah.
I saw you posting about that not that long ago.
Yeah, so he's willing to sell the coffee on a shelf. So I guess he would pay me in Monero for the coffee to put it on the shelves, or I don't know how he wants to do it, but just the fact that he's willing to get it going, because that'd be good, because then we could have a more consistent order and supply.
Yeah, having it in a store would be huge, because then you'd develop like customers that would buy it every week.
Exactly. And we have a decent people buy like a couple of bags a week, I think, right now steadily from us, but we definitely want to ramp that up. So yeah, anybody that drinks coffee, guys, grab some gratuitous. It's roasted on demand. Neil, we have it shipped up from Colombia raw, green, and then it gets roasted on demand here. And so yeah, it's good stuff.
So this guy unknown here is asking questions. You can grow herb there. I don't think these guys grow herb because they grow coffee, but it grows in the same climate. And then what else does he say?
Can they grow tobacco?
I don't know about tobacco. I think it may be like too jungly or rainy. Like doesn't tobacco like grow in the US?
Yep.
Like that kind of climate. Yeah. And then do they do cocoa after hours? No, those guys they drink coffee, man. They invited me to a bunch of cups of coffee the whole time I was there. They
must have been fantastic. Yeah.
Sounds like Doug's kind of place.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'll be making my way there. Yeah, we talked about maybe adding chocolate, right? You have maybe we could add chocolate, start getting that.
Yeah.
That would be awesome, actually.
Yeah, if we get some dark chocolate produced direct from the farm, that would be freaking.
I probably eat too much dark chocolate.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the way chocolate grows? It's like a fruit.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's like the seeds of a fruit. Yeah.
Like a cow. It's like this
like
giant
a hard shell.
It looks
on the
kind
outside.
of nasty inside, to be honest.
Yeah.
The fruit's actually not that bad from what I've been told. I've never tried it myself, but
I've had it. Yeah.
People say it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah, I'll try and source you some chocolate, and then Sunita was asking about macadamia oil.
Oh yeah, like macadamia nut oil, because we were getting that near a place near the farm where we were getting the coffee in Guatemala. There was a macadamia nut farm, and they were producing the oil.
Yeah, I've never seen the oil here personally, but I do see them selling macadamia nuts everywhere, like at the market.
Yeah, it's nice for your skin. It's good stuff.
Cool. Well, I will ask around and try and find some for you.
Yeah, man. I know we were talking too. Like, you were looking like there are obviously plots of land to buy, right? There's like good like coffee that that's being produced.
Yeah, if you wanted to buy a coffee farm, you could do it, because like coffee farming here is not like super industrial. It's more like mom and pops. Like these guys are like a family, that has hired like the guys that you saw picking the coffee. They're like employees, and it's pretty much just like family run, and it's just this farm and the other farm that they have, and then like their neighbors are a different family that grow coffee also.
Maybe we get who's ever posting land for sale there. We get them to post it on XMR Bazaar, see if they get a taker.
Yeah, I mean,
fantastic.
I'm sure we could. Like, there's people selling.
Yeah, it's like, why not? They'll see. Yeah, maybe they're right. Do you think somebody there would be willing to accept like Monero for payment, and then they'd have the means to, whatever, exchange it, hook it up,
Yeah, I mean, like if they have Monero, like if I tell them like how they can convert it, like it's doable for sure. The thing is, like, a lot of people are distrustful of cryptocurrency here. Like, there's been a lot of like pyramid schemes and scams and stuff like that. So your average person kind of like, I mean, they know about crypto, but they're like, I don't know about crypto, like, because they know someone that's been scammed or
yeah.
There's like a lot of
because there were so many freaking scams.
Yeah, like especially here, there's just like pyramid schemes where like they'll be like, oh, like we have a trading bot and we'll give you like 1% a day or whatever, like BitConnect, but it's not. Right. It's like a different pyramid scheme that they do here, but there's like lots of them. So like a lot of people have invested, and like if you get in early, like you'll get paid back. But if you're like getting in at the end when it implodes, then you lose all your money. So like some people have made money, and then like what the pyramid schemes will do is like they'll tell people like, oh, like, for every person you bring us, you'll get like $20 or $50 or something. So like they'll bring like, 10 friends and family members in, and then everybody ends up getting scammed, and then they think negatively about crypto when it's not even.
Yeah, they just think crypto is a new version of a pyramid scheme, and some of it is, right. So they are right. Yeah. Unfortunately, some of it is. And here you are trying to teach them about Monero, it's the real one. It's like, okay, all right, yeah, all right, bro. Yeah,
I mean, a lot of people, it's probably like them hearing that's probably like, oh yeah, this one, yeah, this is the real one.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And then like the other thing is like most people are only familiar with Bitcoin. Like maybe they'll know about Ethereum.
Yeah, well, so that's what we got to change. The other idea too we were talking about is just maybe trying to get the word out on XMR Bazaar in general. In Colombia, like get people to know that that's a place where you can go and earn Monero KYC free, working remotely, right? Doing consulting.
Yeah. I think the remote work thing would be huge because lots of people that live here work remotely, like for companies from the US or like Europe or, elsewhere where they pay in dollars or euros. And then they live here and they live comfortably and spend in pesos. But a lot of them will get paid in like Tether, like USDT, just because it's like instant and cheaper than trying to send it through a bank and have to pay fees and wait days.
Yeah, that's probably, like you were saying, that's probably where you're seeing the most organic adoption in terms of people using crypto in Colombia, right? Is people that are working for it and earning it.
Yeah, people earn Tether and then they'll like put it on their crypto debit card. Like there's a few different crypto debit cards here that people use.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So yeah, no, it was awesome, man. Like I drove out there. It was like I said, like a 3-hour drive. The scenery was absolutely amazing. I stayed out there for a couple hours, hung out with the coffee guys, and then headed back home. But I did take some videos like I showed you, and I'm going to edit them together and try to make like a cool little video so you can share it and promote Gratuitous and let people see where the coffee's coming from.
Awesome, brother. Greatly appreciate it, man. I'm glad we were finally able to make it. I knew it always would eventually happen, but I know, thank you for taking the time out of your day. I mean, this really took an entire day to drive all the way over there. Thanks for hooking us up with the farm in the first place and really allowing us to keep this going, man, because it would have died because the Guatemala thing wasn't working out. But yeah, this seems to be working out nicely. So greatly appreciate that, man.
This is like in the coffee, the Eje Cafetero is what it's called. It's like the coffee region of Colombia. There's 3 states that are in the Eje Cafetero that are like coffee producing states. This is Quindío, which is one of them. The other departamento is Caldas, and then the third one is Risaralda. So like there's 3 coffee capitals, like 3 cities that are like the coffee capitals, right? There's Armenia, Pereira, and Manizales. And these guys are like an hour and a half outside of Armenia in Quindío. So
how far? An hour and a half?
Yeah, it's like an hour and a half outside of the city. Yeah.
from the cap. They're like kind of their local capital. Wow.
Yeah, they're the capital of their departamento. Like a departamento is like a
out
state in the U.S.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like Formosa, and then there's Iberete. They're like, like 2 hours outside of Formosa City. Yeah, that's cool. And what is and that must be a beautiful town, like the capital, that little
Armenia is cool. Yeah, it's a small little town. I don't think it's like very many people, but it is very pretty. Like the little centro has like a cathedral. There's like a park. It's a little bit warmer than where I live. Like the weather's a little bit warmer. Like where I live, it's a little bit colder. So it was kind of nice to go check it out. But like their little town though that they live in is called Genova, and Genova is like, it's picturesque. Like it looks like a movie or something. Like it's so small, and like like there's like a little park and like a cathedral, and like everybody from the town is like walking around with their kids and like pushing strollers in the park and all that kind of thing. So it was super cool to go see like the traditional coffee producer village.
Yeah, if we get somebody to like put up Airbnbs in that area, and you can go hang out in Monero Coffee Town.
yeah. And then you can do like coffee tours and all that.
Yeah, go to the Monero Coffee Farm, and then if you get like one or two of the local places to accept Monero, then you're doing well, right? If you get your breakfast in Monero, go to the general store for Monero.
Yeah, and then that area, like their little town is like kind of, it's like an hour and a half from the city, like I said, but that area, there's like lots of stuff to do. Like there's the Parque del Café, which is like an amusement park. There's like a zoo called like Ukumari that has a bunch of like crazy animals. There's a bunch of like hiking and like river rafting and like outdoorsy kind of stuff to do. So
dude,
it's a cool little area.
I would love to go down there. Yeah,
you should
bring my older daughter. That'd be fun. Oh my god.
Yeah. Do you guys speak any Spanish?
My wife does.
Okay,
my wife
cool.
does. So
yeah, so you got a translator.
I'm kind of lost. I'm I'm definitely very much gringo. She's like my She's my passport into Latin America. As long as I have Sunita by my side, they put up with my gringo-ness.
Nice. I have a question for you. Are you raising your newborn that you just had as a bilingual child? Is she speaking Spanish to your child?
I'm trying to encourage her to only speak Spanish to the baby.
Nice.
That's my first one. My wife at the time was Polish, and so she only spoke Polish. And
wow.
Now my first child is completely fluent in Polish. So
that's awesome.
That's definitely the way to go, because they'll naturally pick up the other English, no problem. Like we were a little worried with the first one, because there was at some point, they're literally learning both languages at the same time, so they're choosing which one that they want to default to.
Yeah.
But it worked out fine, and then it just really made it very simple for her to pick up as a second language. So trying to do the same.
Nice. Yeah, I did that with my son, and he's 7 now, but he's like totally fluent. He speaks Spanish better than I do, and English as well as I do.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. All right, buddy. Any other info you want to get out there regards to things you got going on? I know you're always.
Can I plug my podcast?
You could plug whatever you want, man.
All right, cool. Well, my podcast is the Outlaw Crypto Podcast, and Doug is going to be my guest next week. So I will be publishing that. I don't know, sometime next week, probably like Friday or so. And keep an eye out for that.
Oh, you got the super chat from Soli, tip 50 cents. I would definitely buy chocolate weekly.
Nice. Well, let me try and find some good chocolate. I was talking to Doug.
Before I lose thought, we got to get you to make an XMR chat account.
Oh, I have one.
People could. Oh, you do? Cool.
Yeah.
Let the people know, because that's a good way. I've seen podcasters now use it. Even if they're not doing live, they'll take questions that are sent in, and then
I should do that. Podcast. I don't know why I don't.
It's
do
actually
that,
a good idea. Yeah.
My XMR chat is outlaw_crypto.
Sweet. So send your super chats to Paranoia at outlaw_crypto.
Yeah, but back to the chocolate. I'm trying to find some dark chocolate that's 90%, and then there's 70%, and then there's like 50%. And I think like the 50% is more like milk chocolate.
Yeah,
it's sweeter.
Max out on the cacao for me. Yeah,
Okay.
The highest you can find. I think in general, right? That's what
I can find
want.
90. I think is like
those
the
flavonoids.
most. Yeah.
Okay.
That's like the one that tastes like cooking chocolate or something. It's like
90 is still good. Even you get that 10%. And what is the style of their chocolate? Because in Guatemala, I actually know. It was Guatemala. Yeah, the chocolate, the way they the form that you get it in isn't like traditionally like a chocolate bar that you're used to here.
Okay. Here I've seen it like as bars.
Okay, that's perfect. So, obviously.
Yeah. And then I don't know like how much they weigh or whatever, but they're like, decent sized candy bars, like the size of a phone or something.
Yeah, I mean that's something I think a lot of people would buy. A lot of people, like eating chocolate daily, dark chocolate. It's definitely healthy.
Indeed. And then also, you can get the raw cacao. So I don't know if you want that, but like I know for a fact like they sell raw cacao. Like you can buy like a big old bag of it.
Yeah, I guess. That's. I don't know what. Does that like have to preserve? I don't know how well that preserves.
It's like dry. It's like coffee beans or something. It's like dry. So like
I've gotten them and just like chewed on them. You could get them like even at like Whole Foods. You could get them. Do you eat them? Do you like?
No, I don't. But I see them like at the market. Like there's a market here like in the middle of my city, and that's like where all the like agricultural products like get brought from the farms outside of the city, and people like sell it. So I've seen like there's like a section of the market where it's like one business after another just selling like raw cacao.
Do you think if you got some people at the market onto XMR Bazaar, they'd be willing to ship stuff out? I guess it depends on what it is.
Yeah, I don't know like if it's cost effective is the only problem, is because like if you're only selling something that's like I don't know like $5 or $10 and the shipping's like 30, it's kind of like a Bitcoin fee, right?
Yeah, I mean, people might be willing to pay. It might be worth it. It may not be, because that could be a way we get it off the ground too, right? So just get them doing it on their own. Like sell your chocolate on XMR Bazaar and see if the economics make sense to them. They got to price it at a point where it makes sense with shipping. But people might still be worth it. Like getting Parmesan from Italy directly.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's probably worth it. I just got a piece of Parmesan from Whole Foods yesterday, and I've gotten it many times in the past, and they, it's the real like Parm, but it just was not good.
Not on the same level as
it was not on the same level. Yeah, not all Parm is the same. They're not all coming from the same farms. And like when you start to get like, like a big store that needs like a lot of it mass produced, you're probably not getting the same quality as if you get things local.
Yeah,
direct from source.
I can see that. Italy has that like slow food thing going on too, where like they try to like handcraft everything in like the highest quality way, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you could find some fantastic food in Italy. Oh my God.
They're requesting cocoa leaves. But I don't
leaves. I don't know. That might be a little.
We can export those. That might be a little bit of a problem.
Is there? It's not processed yet. Just the leaves. I don't know.
Here, the leaves are legal. I think like the problem would be on your end.
Yeah, probably.
Because like here, like you can buy like the leaves.
I mean, it is XMR Bazaar. If somebody posts, as long as it's legal in their jurisdiction, and I guess they have to determine if they can ship it. Oh boy.
Yeah.
What do cocoa leaves do exactly?
Well, for here, like people use them for altitude sickness because the mountains are so high. Like you can get altitude sickness from being like up in the mountains, right? So like what people will do is make tea with them, and then they drink the tea, and it like instantly like alleviates your altitude sickness.
Wow.
Yeah. So like traditionally, like the people that are like farmers that like these coffee farmer guys would be chewing cocoa leaves like for the altitude or drinking tea.
Yeah, coca as in like cocaine.
Yeah, but the leaves aren't like a drug, right? It's like coffee or something. It's not like addictive, and they're actually like good for you. Like there's like
like a lot of like like you said, the farmers will just chew on them, right? Like as hiking.
So
dude, I want to
one thing. Like
I want to go there and just like work on the farm for a week.
Dude, I'm sure they would let you do that
and hike through the mountains. Oh my god.
They probably would get a kick out of watching the gringo work.
Yeah. It'd be fun though.
If you want to go out there and pick coffee, man, I'll tell Bernardo you're coming.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to belittle the work, but yeah, to do it for as a job, obviously that'd be difficult. But for like a week, that'd be a great adventure.
Yeah. Let me talk to him, man. Like maybe he'd be interested in doing like a coffee tour for you when you come out here.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, man. We'll leave it at that. Thank you so much.
Indeed. Thanks for having me on the show.
Of course. Anytime you want to come up and get the word out on anything you're working on, your open invite. You just let me know.
Cool.
And I'll see you next week on your show.
Indeed. Thank you for accepting the interview. Looking forward to it, and we'll talk soon. And Tux, thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, it's cool to meet you, man. Great to talk to you. Very cool that you went out there, saw the farmers and stuff. Appreciate the work you're doing.
Indeed. Well, take care, guys.
All right, brother. Yep, we'll be in touch. And hopefully, maybe we get him to come to the next MoneroTopia too. Paranoia.
Oh yeah, I'm planning it. I'll be there for sure.
Yeah, fantastic.
I want to go down to Argentina too, to the Monero town.
Yes.
Like I personally love Argentina. I've been there like 3 or 4 times, and it's one of my favorite places on earth, like country-wise, because I love the food. Right. So
I love it too. Oh my god.
I can go eat choripanes and bife de chorizos with the guys in Formosa. That'd be awesome.
But Colombia is nice, man. I mean, what do you think? You have
Colombia. Yeah, I live here, but I like visiting Argentina. Like the steak is better in Argentina than Colombia, I would say. But I mean, you can get a good steak here. You could get Argentina steak here,
Yeah.
If you're in
I mean, you could get a lot of good quality food in Colombia, right? Where it's coming from like farms.
Like the food here is amazing.
It's
super cheap too. Like especially where I live, like I'm surrounded by farms, like outside of the city. So like produce and stuff is like so cheap. Like you could go drop like $20 and get like a month's worth of produce.